Hello and welcome to Barbershop Books story time with Alvin Irby. That's me. Today's story is a continuation. That means that we started the story, but we're going to keep going because we didn't finish. What was the story? Well, of course, it was Strega Nona, Strega Nona. Now, why in the world am I saying it like that? Well, because Strega Nona, this story takes place in Italy. And in Italy, some of the people sound like Strega Nona. And so, this story, for those of you who may not have seen the beginning of the story, it's about a woman named Strega Nona. And she needs some help with a lot of stuff around her house because she's getting old. So she needs help cleaning stuff, lifting stuff. And so she puts up a sign in the middle of the big town. And it just says that she has a job and that she will give the person who helps her some money and a place to stay. And guess what happens? Well, a guy named Big Anthony, he applies for the job and he got it. And so what happened in the story? Well, Strega Nona kind of might know a little magic. And so she had this magic pasta pot. And Big Anthony saw her saying a spell over this magic pasta pot, and all of a sudden, pasta started coming out. And guess what? Strega Nona just had one rule. Do not touch the pasta pot. And so in the story, Strega Nona had to go out of town. And as soon as she went out of town, I think you know what happened. Big Anthony said the magic spell and started making pasta come out of the pasta pot. So we're going to pick up today with Anthony telling the entire town that he got the magic pasta pot to work. And we're going to see what happens. Aha! Said Big Anthony. And he ran to the town square, jumped on the fountain, and shouted, "Everyone, get your forks and plates and platters and bowls. Pasta for all at Strega Nona's house." Big Anthony had made the magic pasta pot work. Of course, everyone laughed, but ran home to get forks and plates and platters and bowls. And sure enough, when they got to Strega Nona's, the pasta pot was so full it was beginning to overflow. And look, here's the picture we saw last time of Big Anthony in the town telling all the people. And he's standing on something high so that everyone can see him. Whenever someone has a really important announcement and they're out in public, like out inside in the open, they usually want to stand on something so that people can see and hear them better. So do you see Big Anthony? He's right here. And then below, you see all the people lining up for pasta. I guess even the rabbit is lining up for pasta. Do rabbits like pasta? I don't know. Maybe they do. I like pasta. Do you like pasta? I like ravioli. I think that's my favorite pasta because it has delicious stuff on the inside, like cheese or spinach. One time, I even had ravioli with brisket in it. Delicious. Okay, let's keep going. Big Anthony was a hero. He scooped out pasta and filled the plates and platters and bowls. And look, here's everyone. they've been eating pasta and eating pasta and eating even more pasta. There was more than enough for all the townspeople, including the priest and the sisters from the convent. Remember, a convent is like a kind of place where priests and nuns, where they live. And people came back for 2 and 3 helpings, but the pot was never empty. So no matter how much the people kept coming back for more and more pasta, the pasta just kept coming out and coming out and coming out of the pot. I wonder if the pasta will ever stop. Do you think the pasta will stop? Here's a picture of all the different people coming back. Even the priests, I can tell because they have these funny hats on, and the nuns or the sisters because they have on a special uniform. And look at all the pasta. It's like flowing out everywhere. Do you see it? There's like pasta all over the place. I wonder what's going to happen next. When all had had their fill, Big Anthony sang, "Enough, enough, my pasta pot. I have my pasta nice and hot. So simmer down and pot my pot of clay until I'm hungry another day." That was a song that he sang. Do you want me to sing it again? Okay. Just one more time. Enough, enough, my pasta pot. I have my pasta nice and hot. So simmer down my pot of clay until I'm hungry another day. But alas, he did not blow the 3 kisses. What does that mean? He needed to blow 3 kisses? Uh-oh. Let's take a look. So here Big Anthony is singing over the pasta pot. And he's trying, I think, to sing the song that will make the pasta stop coming out. But let's see what happens. He went outside to the applause of the crowd. Big Anthony took a bow. He was so busy listening to compliments from everyone that he didn't notice the pasta pot was still bubbling and boiling until a sister from the convent said, "Oh, Big Anthony, look!" And pasta was pouring out of the pot all over the floor of Strega Nona's house and was coming out the door. Oh man, this pasta is out of control. Look, there's pasta on the ground and it's coming out of the door. This does not look good for Big Anthony. How do you think Strega Nona is going to feel when she returns and sees this? She is not going to be happy. You know something that's interesting? There's this bird, and it keeps on appearing in the story. Do you notice it? I'm looking to see if there are other pages where I see this bird. It's on the first page. Let me see if I can find it somewhere else. Look, it's on another page. Do you see it in the window? You know what? I never see the bird. I don't see the bird on the pages that have Strega Nona. This is making me very suspicious. Why is the bird only on the pages when Strega Nona is not there? I don't know, but it's something I'm wondering about. Big Anthony rushed in and shouted the magic words again, but the pot kept bubbling. He took the pot off the floor, but pasta kept coming. It kept pouring out. It kept pouring from this pot. It just kept coming out. Oh man, look at Big Anthony. It looks like he's in big trouble. He was trying to carry the pot, and there was so much, it was so heavy, I think it made his hat fly off. This does not look good for Big Anthony. Big Anthony grabbed a cover and put it on the pot and sat on it. But the pasta raised the cover and Big Anthony as well and spilled on the floor of Strega Nona's house. Oh man, Big Anthony is in trouble. Look, are you there? Okay, look, there's pasta everywhere. Everywhere. Even when he sat the pot on top of the pot, and then he sat on top of it, the pasta was still pouring out. What do you think Big Anthony is gonna do? I don't even know what to do. Let's see. Stop! Yelled Big Anthony. But the pasta did not stop. And if someone hadn't grabbed poor Big Anthony, the pasta would have covered him up. Oh, that doesn't sound good. The pasta had all but filled the little house. Out of the windows and through the doors came the pasta, and the pot kept right on bubbling. So take a look. Do you see? On this page, it's like the pasta is pouring out of the house. And it's almost like Anthony is riding on top of it like a surfer. And there's a rabbit, and the rabbit is on top of the house. I don't know what Big Anthony is going to do to stop all this pasta. The townspeople began to worry. Do something, Big Anthony, they shouted. Big Anthony sang the magic song again, but without the 3 kisses. It did no good. At the beginning of the story, Big Anthony saw Strega Nona sing a special song over the pasta pot, and it made the pasta start coming out of the pot. And then he watched Strega Nona sing a magic song that made the pasta stop. But Big Anthony didn't see her blow 3 kisses to the magic pasta pot. And I think the 3 kisses at the end of the song is what will make the pasta stop bubbling. But Big Anthony didn't know that. So, I don't know what he's going to do. Let's see what happens. By the time the pasta was on its way down the road and all the people were running to keep ahead of it, I wonder what's going to happen. Look, here are all the people, and they're running away from the pasta because the pasta is pouring down the street. Could you imagine if spaghetti was coming down your street? That would look so weird. We must protect our town from the pasta, shouted the mayor. Get mattresses, tables, doors, anything to make a barricade. A barricade is when you put something up, like big pieces of wood, to keep something out. So when there's going to be a big storm, like a hurricane, or a tornado, or a typhoon, people will board up their homes or their stores with large pieces of wood over the windows, over the doors, to try and keep the water out. Well, guess what? The people in this town, they weren't trying to keep water out. What were they trying to keep out of their buildings and their homes? Yes, they were trying to keep the pasta out, because The pasta was everywhere. It was taking over their entire town. But even that didn't work. The pot kept bubbling and the pasta kept coming. And look, here it is. Do you see? There's like mountains of pasta. Can you see the mountains of pasta? And the pasta is even coming down into the town square. Everybody's running. Everyone's scared. What is the town going to do? We are lost, said the people. And the priest and the sisters of the convent began praying. This pasta will cover our town, they cried. And it certainly would have. And look, do you see? There's all kind of stuff stuck in the pasta because the pasta is overtaking their town. And look, Bith Anthony, he must feel so bad. He keeps singing the song, but he doesn't know to blow the 3 kisses. And so the pasta won't stop boiling and bubbling. I wonder if there's anything that's going to save their town. And it certainly would have had Strega Nona not come down the road home from her visit. She didn't have to look twice to know what had happened. And look, there's Strega Nona, and look what she's doing. She's looking at the pasta overtaking the town and the town square. I wonder if Strega Nona is going to save the town. What do you think? Do you think Strega Nona is going to save the town? I think she is because she's always helping people. Remember at the beginning of the story, whenever people would be sick, their stomach would hurt, or they would have warts, which are like big bumps on their body, she would give them something to help make them feel better. So, because Strega Nona would always help people, I think she's going to help save the town. But we have to keep reading to see what happens in the story. She sang the magic song and blew the 3 kisses, and with the sputter, that's like, well, I guess that's kind of like a sputter sound. Sputter just means that something slows down. So with a sputter, the pot stopped boiling and the pasta came to a halt. Do you remember the song that she sang? I'm going to go back to the part of the story that has the song in it. I'm going to sing it for you one more time just so you remember. Enough, enough, my pasta pot. I have my pasta nice and hot. So simmer down my pot of clay until I'm hungry another day. This is the magic pasta pot song that makes the pasta stop. But you have to blow the 3 kisses. And Big Anthony didn't know to blow the 3 kisses. And so the pasta kept coming and coming and coming until it almost covered the entire town. But Strega Nona came to the rescue. And guess what? Oh, crazy. Thank you, Strega Nona, the people cried. But then they turned to poor Big Anthony. String him up! The men of the town shouted. They were not happy. Look, they were telling Strega Nona how happy they were. And then they turned and looked at Big Anthony, and they were not happy. I think maybe they wanted to put him in jail or something. Let's find out what happens. Now wait, said Strega Nona. The punishment must fit the crime. And she took a fork from a lady standing nearby and held it out to Big Anthony. Oh man, no they can't. All right, Anthony, you wanted pasta from my magic pasta pot, Strega Nona said. And I want to sleep in my bed tonight. So start eating. Ew! They're gonna make Big Anthony eat all of the pasta? But the pasta's on the ground. It's so gross. I think that this pasta has definitely passed the 3-second rule. Look, there's pasta everywhere, even on the ground. But Strega Nona said instead of putting him in jail or something, they should make Big Anthony eat all the pasta. But do you think that Big Anthony can eat all of this pasta? What do you think? Do you think he can eat all of that pasta? If I ate an entire plate full of pasta that was piled up like this, I feel like I would be so stuffed. And that's just one plate. I can't even imagine eating a whole mountain of pasta. That would be way too much pasta. But let's find out what happened. So he started eating the pasta, and he did. Poor Big Anthony. Oh man, look. Look at poor Big Anthony. His stomach is so big. It almost looks like he has a baby or something because he's eating so much pasta. Do you see how big his tummy is? Oh man, that's way too much pasta to eat. Wow. I don't think Big Anthony is going to be singing the Magic Pasta Pot song again. And look, the end. And look, there's the bird again. So, I guess maybe there's nothing curious about the bird because there's Strega Nona and there's the bird. I thought maybe it was a magic bird, maybe? I don't know. Well, that's the end of today's story. Thank you so much for listening to Barbershop Books Storytime. If you would like to learn more about Barbershop Books, you can visit our website at barbershopbooks.org. You can also connect with us on social media at Barbershop Books. Well, until next time, bye.